the bat is dead.
Do you bleed?
Harleen Quinzel.
Why did you say that name?
We can't save everyone in this war. It's not what we came here to do.
But it's what I'm going to do.
So hi, welcome to Binge Buddies, Hall of Just Us. I'm your host, always Brian. Dressed with me as always is Matt, Zombie Dog, Faceless Dykes.
Faceless.
I have
no face.
We've also got Ryan, the Infer Lutens.
I have to say this. It's taken me this many episodes to realize that Black Mask going Harleen Quinzel, and then it transitions over to Batman going, or why did you say that name? It's the perfect thing.
Yeah, John did a good job with that opening. We didn't really we never really give him enough credit at all on this show. He does so much good work for us. And we're always like, thanks, John. Totally taking it for granted and moving on with our day.
Yeah, pro bono.
Genius.
We'll take another moment to go.
Like Jonathan.
Yeah, John does amazing work. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Only took me 19 episodes, but
hey, you know what? Better late than never. We also got Joel Steel Jacket DeWitt.
I was going to say something about Arseface from Pretty Sure Goes to Texas, but then Ryan was too heartfelt, so now it's dead.
Yeah, that's Wait, do you mean the show or the book? Because the book was really good. The show was.
I only did the book, so
there's
the
some
book
good
was
stuff
great.
in the show.
The show started well, petered off in the middle, got a little bit better towards the end, and then fell off a cliff at the end. It was
I would
up
say
and
it
down.
started pretty okay, and then it got better. Season 1 being locked in the Texas town did not work for me at all. It made it a real
that's a fair point.
slog.
Yeah, it felt more like a
Season 2 got
prequel to the book, actually.
Yeah, it was weird. It wasn't great.
Do
First
you know what?
episode's great.
I think I actually like blocked out the fact that season 1 was like that, and just in my head the show started in season 2 or something.
Yeah, when they get on the road, it instantly gets better. But yeah.
That's a pretty pivotal part of that story is the road trip aspect, you know?
Yeah, the book starts with them like on a pit stop in the middle of the road trip, and like, all right, so catch me up again, and they go through the whole thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Garth Ennis stuff does not translate well to screen, I don't think. So I think they did the best they could. Anyhow, let's talk about stuff that is not Garth Ennis related at all. I can't imagine what a Garth Ennis Blue Beetle would look like. I would read it.
I would too, to be fair.
I would absolutely read it. I have no idea. I mean, it took us a long time to get a Garth Ennis Batman. And if you didn't read Reptilian, some bold swings is what I'll say. It is considered one of the worst Batman stories of all time. I really like it, but I
think
also
that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's like Garth Ennis is one of those writers who's like, he either really hits or he really misses. Like, I don't think there's any kind of like midpoint. Like his Punisher Max series, fucking incredible. Like
Awesome.
seriously, one of the best comic book runs in my opinion.
Yep.
Like as a huge Punisher fan, the best. And then you see like stuff like, I know there's a lot of fans of it, but the Boys comic.
I don't get that fandom at all. The Boys is okay at best. Like,
Yeah.
the show is better than the book, but
Yeah.
anyhow, Blue
I
Beetle.
never watched it or read it.
I feel like you'd really like the first few seasons of the show, but it really drops off. And I haven't watched any of the new season. I've heard it is just like unwatchably bad. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can't speak to it. If you're digging it, good for you, I guess.
Pulling a Game of Thrones.
I don't think I've seen I think I've watched 1, 2, and 3. Season 1, 2, 3. That's when I dropped off.
There's
It's
some
the
really
big
good stuff.
gaps though. There's, like that happens so often, like just with the huge gap.
Yeah, but now if you don't have the gap, people don't expect a new season, and nobody watches it. It's what's happened in One Piece right now. Like nobody watched season 2 from what I've been reading online. Like the numbers were way down because nobody expected it to come out. So they're just like, wait, there's more? It's like, what are you gonna do?
Can't fucking win.
Yeah, you can't. And although you should watch live action One Piece. My son is super into it, and even if he's not, now my wife is into it. It's a really good show.
Go figure. An anime that's gone on for how many years with like 1,000+ episodes has plenty of source material to work off of.
Yeah, but the live action works. I'll show him the live action. I'll never show him the anime. Like there's too much in the anime of like, can I see your panties? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's
Look
a
at me.
go-to joke.
Look at me boobing boobily. Like,
Yeah. Gum gum booby. Like, yeah, I'm good. All right.
Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle. Let's watch a trailer.
Beetle.
Maybe that'll get us to actually talk about Blue Beetle.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes.
that is such
Scraping the gum
a
off that
curveball
gingerbread.
to start with here.
It's a good trailer.
It-
Like
it
that's.
is. That's a good.
I don't know. This for me is one of those movies that I had zero expectations going into. I watched it one night on my own and went, eh. And then I watched it again with my kid and it was like, nah, this one's good. Like, this is a good movie. Is it a great movie? No, absolutely not. But it's good.
I love the 80s neon aesthetic that's just
Yeah.
all over this film as well. Like everything's like there's neon lights everywhere. It's got this kind of like 80s sort of like feel of the neon as well. It's like purples, pinks, and like blues and all that kind of stuff.
That entire transition scene, so much fun. Like,
Yeah.
absolute ridiculous.
It's probably
Probably one of the most horrifying
Yeah.
ones as well. Like,
Oh, yeah.
right for what we've seen. It's one of the most violent, especially.
Yeah. But I also like in the trailer, the song, like, if this ain't what you want, like, that's pretty good.
Host acquired.
But then it kind of turns into a buggy Iron Man, which I'm okay
Yeah.
with, but
We have yet another, introductory sequence of a new hero stumbling into their powers and figuring out how they're supposed to work.
and it's one of those, like, we've seen this now so many times on this podcast alone that, like, you have to do something different with it or do it really well. And this one went for, we're going to do it really well. Like, there's nothing in here you haven't seen before in a different comic book.
Like this right here.
Sometimes it doesn't.
yeah, the accidental like slicing of the
Yeah.
bus in half, like, fucking
Did
brilliant.
anybody see Invincible before?
The
I watched
show?
the first
Yeah.
episode.
No.
Yeah, I've seen it in clips mostly, but there's this one clip where the guy is holding his face to a bus and a train as he just slams into the train. Train slams through him. You just see like cartilage and blood spewing everywhere from running through people sitting on the train and bus. Much more PG version.
Yeah, I like the PG version a little better, I think.
Yeah,
Severely lacking in sinew, personally.
I don't know. I like violence. So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's the Buster Sword.
There's the Buster Sword.
It's like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
I love that line as well.
George Lopez is an important part of why this movie's fun.
Dude, say what you will about George Lopez, like he knew that he was the comic relief and he went for it, and thank God he did, because it was well balanced.
But he's a comic relief and he's the heart.
Heart.
Like,
He's
he
the heart,
carries this movie so much on his back, which is not to say the rest of the cast is bad. Everyone's good in this.
Yeah.
Like, I think Susan Sarandon phones in a little bit from time to time, but when she's not doing that, she's fantastic. I mean, she's Susan Sarandon. You kind of expect her to be fantastic.
Yeah.
But the OMAC guy, phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
like you legit feel for him as a villain. Like, oh yeah, I get this.
That revelation, like at the end, is so well done as well. Like
Oh, yeah.
him learning the truth, and like it's just in the facial expressions. Like there's very little dialogue for it as well, and it's just like you can see the pain in his face.
Yeah.
Very emotive, like actor. Very, very good. He's one of those actors where, like, I started looking and go, you look familiar for some reason. Then you go on his IMDb page and say, oh, you were in that TV series as like a assassin. Oh, you're in that TV series as a killer. Oh, you're in that TV series. It's just like one of those like sort of people who's been in a load of things.
Yeah, I've seen you 10,000 times. Like,
Yeah.
one of those. Yeah.
Usually playing someone who kills some people.
Yeah. Well, he's got a good face for Murder Man.
Yeah, that's true. You've got
But
a face for murder, son.
But the only person who I'm like a little less sold on, and it's not necessarily even her fault, is the main like love interest girl. I'm forgetting. her
Yeah,
name.
she's the most cardboard wooden one.
And like she's a model, so I get it. Like they're not always great transitions to actors, and like she does enough to get by. She doesn't drag the movie down by any stretch. She's just when everyone else is like, it almost feels like they're out to prove like this is not just another comic book movie that's just going to go straight to streaming because that's what this was supposed to be. This was supposed to be an HBO Max movie, and then they gave it a little bit more money and put it into theaters, which I don't necessarily think was the right call. But she was the only one who didn't feel like she got the memo of like, no, we're here to prove that this is more than what it's being let out to be.
She does have a few moments that work though really well. Like when she's telling the story of her dad, and like there's a bit where like she says something, and then just like in the background, it's not even like really focused on. You see like a tear literally just drop out of her eye. And it's like, oh, that's like anytime like an actor can like pull like a real tear to just suddenly appear, it always kind of like surprises me.
And then later on, she goes like, "I'm gonna go look at my mom's work."
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But I do like the tie back to Ted Kord. Like if you're like a comic book fan, they have enough stuff in here that this feels like legit, like a Blue Beetle movie. Like I'm not a huge Blue Beetle guy. I've read very, very little Blue Beetle. I've mostly read like when he pops up in other books, so I'm not like super familiar. But I also understand that like his popularity started like the generation after us. So like when you're kind of getting into like these animated series and comics and whatnot, Blue Beetle was popular when I was in like my 20s. So like it wasn't really my time zone. So it makes sense that I'm not super familiar with it, but like I know enough to be able to get through it. I don't know who Ted Kord is. And I think Ted Kord's a really cool hero. So like they did that same sort of thing that they did with Marvel, where it's like it was supposed to be Hank Pym, but then we got the Scott Lang.
I was just gonna say, like, it has a real Ant-Man feel to it.
Yeah.
Like the sort of like not just it being like a bug-based superhero, but like in terms of like how they're telling the story. Like the original one is not actually there; he's disappeared, and you got this new one who's coming in. And it just like throughout, I had like a kind of like it's like had a very sort of like Ant-Man sensibility to it as well, because it had that sort of like comic timing of it, like my biggest complaint with like Marvel films is they're all a comedy. Like there's no real drama or stakes or anything in them. But I think it really worked in Ant-Man because of the way the story was told. And it like I had that sort of very similar feeling with Blue Beetle here in that sort of like similar way.
Well, and it mostly just kind of works as a story. Like you believe that it's Jaime, right? It's not Jamie.
Yeah.
Jaime.
Jaime.
I've been reading Jamie for a long time, so I need to correct my verbiage. But Jaime, like you believe that like all of his character motivations make sense. Like you believe that like you believe everything he's doing. You believe that he wants a better life and all these sorts of things. So like it all just sort of works. And I mean that both kind of as a positive and a little bit of a ding against it. Like I think that's where this movie somewhat falls apart. As much as I really do enjoy it, it's extremely formulaic. And I get that to a degree. Like if you didn't know, this was supposed to come out as HBO Max only. This and Batgirl were greenlit around the same time. They shot this one first. Batgirl famously went the way of Batgirl. Who knows if we'll ever see it? Probably not.
Maybe someone will find a hard drive in a landfill somewhere and we'll be able to see it.
I mean, I'm curious is all I'm saying. I want to see Brendan Fraser's Firefly. Like,
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, like I want to see more Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah,
all that sounded fun to me.
I want to see the film. Like I don't want to go off on a tangent.
No, so we won't. So we got Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
We almost didn't get Blue Beetle, but we got Blue Beetle. So we'll keep with this one. I don't like the problem with this one, and like as much as I really want to dive in and start dissecting it, because it is so formulaic, it makes that a little difficult. It's like we're all the way down to who's the bad guy. Well, it's the good guy, but in a different colored suit, shooting different colored lasers. Like it's, it is so copy that it's like, did you have a good time with it? Yeah. Will you want to show it to your kids? Yeah. This is a great like intro superhero movie. Like it's not quite as like, you know, war crimey as the first Iron Man movie, where it's like Iron Man's a great movie, but holy shit, like they're just murdering towns. Like you don't have like they talk about that stuff here, but they don't show it as much. So like it's just it's a little bit easier entry, and I appreciate it for that. But I also think that it does everything so well that it still stays above like where I think it'd be kind of forgettable, because it doesn't quite get there either.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a tough spot on it.
It's because you have it's almost like the reverse, because it's what if the Ironmonger had won and had the technology, because that's essentially what Cord Industries is that they have this with the Olmec, and they want that to be the quintessential weapon, and then they're looking for the Scarab, but the Scarab chose somebody else, but then they have to download the code. So it's almost like a spin. It's like the anti Iron Man. So it's interesting that it's a DC movie that does this. So I don't know.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like they got the mandate of like they finally listened. Like, just be more like Marvel. Okay, we got it. We can be more like Marvel. Here's a Marvel movie,
but reverse.
But even though it does sort of like have that kind of like Marvel-esque quality to it, it's still I still think it feels a bit more unique than a Marvel film. It has a personality to it. It doesn't feel like it's been written by committee.
Yeah,
really. Like it has. There's a sense of it where there was like there is like a writer and a director, and like they are the driving force. It doesn't feel like there's like 15 stockholder meetings, people going, no, you can't go do it like this. Like oh well, got a virtue signal for this group of people here. Well, you missed that, and it just like it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like there's any sort of like tick box exercises being done on it of like who to please. Like, oh well, like we've got to please the Chinese people as well. We've got to sell it in China, and like it has a very sort of like singular direction. I feel like, and for better or for worse, however it comes out, it still has like a uniqueness to it in that way.
And I think that's largely due to the fact that it's supposed to be HBO Max movie. Like, it didn't have the qualifiers it needed to hit. Like, it didn't have to appease the Chinese theater because there was no Chinese theater for it to play in. Yeah. It was just going to be on an app. And I'm not even sure if HBO Max is in China. Like, I know Netflix isn't. I don't think Disney is. Like, I'm not sure if that one's even available in that country. So you don't need to adhere to them because they're never going to get it. So like there are those things that like I think by shooting a little lower, it gave them the freedom to make that a better film because you didn't need to tick all those boxes, and it allowed this one to really lean into the family element. And I think the family element is what makes this movie that much better. Like his sister, his grandma, even his mom, all phenomenal. His dad dying,
yeah,
it hits.
Like, that really does hit. And like the casting of them as well. Like you have, I'm not going to try and butcher her name, but basically the mum being played by the woman from Predator.
Yeah,
like and she's been in so many things, and it's like these kind of like really like Latino like actors like playing the older people who are of like that generation where like they were kind of like the sort of not trailblazers, but they were sort of like some of the very first kind of like really established, well-known Latino sort of like actors who made like an impression in Hollywood and stuff like that, and then it's almost like they're there, and then you've got the young ones as well. You've got I'm probably going to butcher his name, Zolo.
I believe it's Zolo. I'm not going to try his last name. I'm going to. I feel so bad.
he was huge. Like he's huge in like Cobra Kai. Like this huge sort of like start from that, and he nails this role as well. He's such a phenomenal actor.
He's so good.
He is magnetic. Like when he's on screen, you want to pay attention. Like I didn't finish the last season of Cobra Kai, not because I didn't like it, but because I didn't want it to end. And if I don't finish it, it's still out there. It's not over. Cobra Kai is still going for me because I won't end it. And that's largely
Cobra Kai never dies if you never watch it.
But it's largely due because that cast was so good. Like every kid actor in that show was phenomenal, for the most part. You can't have that many and have them all be flawless. But that was a great show, and that's what really introduced the majority of the world to him. So when he got cast as Blue Beetle, I'm like, rock and roll. That is fantastic. I can't wait to see him do more. And then the DCEU died.
Well, there is it's going to be an animated one apparently, but he's still going to be Blue Beetle in the DCU apparently.
I will believe it when I see it. Like that's kind of where I'm at.
Like most of things,
like I'm still not sure how much of the DCU we're going to get. Like we got Superman, we're going to get Woman of Tomorrow or Super or whatever they're calling it, and Clayface because those are made. That might be it. We really don't know until things start either succeeding or failing what we're going to see. So we might never see him as Blue Beetle again. I hope we do, but we just don't know.
Because even the Batman is sort of its own separate thing, ancillary thing from what James Gunn is doing, right?
Yeah.
This is
Elseworlds or something like those type of things.
This is the best candidate of a movie from the series to be able to transfer over to a new DCU, though, right?
Yeah.
It's removed enough from the other world where when they reference stuff, it's like it can be kind of nebulous and a reference point. Fine, we're talking about Superman in Metropolis and Flash into wherever the hell he lives. I forget.
Central City.
I don't need to remember that anymore, Brian.
You got one more episode, 2 more episodes technically. You need to remember.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can flush your brain.
But you make a good point, Joel, because it's like they refer to these sort of like they don't refer to any events; they just refer to the characters in the abstract. Like there's a mention of Batman. Batman's a fascist. It's like which Batman as well, because like depending on like the Batman they're referring to, that could be pretty fucking accurate as well. Like Ben Affleck's Batman goes pretty fascist. Oh, really?
Well, this I believe is supposed to be referring to Michael Keaton's because he was going to be the Batman at that time because that's when he was coming over from for Batgirl, and he's pretty fascist.
Well, even the Dark Knight, right? Because they have that whole sequence near the end where Christian Bale and Morgan Freeman are talking about the surveillance system that they piggyback on. There's always been that sort of intrusion for the sake of saving the day with that character, it seems.
I mean, well, you just had the problem of like if you really boil down Batman, which maybe we will at some point. I mean, he is just a billionaire who beats up poor people.
I mean, this is the thing. So there's a comedian, I can't remember the comedian's name, but he does a really good bit about Batman. He basically says that, like, Batman is a billionaire with all this money, and he doesn't go after, like, the real criminals, the industrious or something like that. He goes and beats, like, street-level criminals who are, like, poor people. And he's like, fuck Batman. Like,
he wants to hunt the most dangerous game.
I mean, if he's only hunting the Joker, I get it. But, Condiment King, give him a break.
I bet he did.
But it's like if you think about that as well in the perspective of the Batman, where there's that gang and he just basically, cripples a guy who
the road he drives the Batmobile down. He murders like 100 people. I love that sequence and that movie. That might be my favorite Batman movie, but he is he's got some blood on his hands in that one.
It's fine. It's Batman Year 2. He's still learning how to not murder people.
He'll get to the no-kill later. All right, but back
I'm just picturing Robert Pattinson's Batman like with a big word that says "kill" on the wall, and he just standing there and he just goes, and he just gets like a little post-it note and just puts "no" next to it and goes, "Huh."
So back to Blue Beetle a little bit. Like I said, this is gonna be a tough one to talk about because it's so formulaic. But how'd you guys feel about? Because something that we don't really have in any of the DCU movies, I feel like it kind of exists in Marvel, maybe? I don't know. But is this ability to manifest weapons. Very like T-1000-ish, he can make swords, but this guy can make guns too. How do we feel how that worked out for you guys?
I think the Green Lantern had some of that.
Well, yeah, Green Lantern has a ton of that, but he didn't get a fucking movie, so that doesn't count.
Yes, he did.
Technically,
we didn't watch it yet.
Green Lantern is in this movie.
Great. Back to my question.
I didn't mind it so much. I think it kind of worked for me because like they'd established that like the Scarab is like this alien technology, and we like from the minute we sort of like see it working, we're seeing it manifesting stuff. Like as it's taking over Jaime, you can see it just creating shit and like literally almost like overwriting his DNA almost, and like it's basically building a skin over him. I
mean, you see it when he got the cut in his face, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Like,
and it's just like it. I think they do a really good job of establishing very early on, like immediately, pretty much, as to when you see it, like that this is the technology, and like there's enough of a hand wave away, like saying alien technology. Okay, cool, I buy it. And then when it comes to the point where he's making weapons and shit, it doesn't bother me at all because it's already been established in the world.
Yeah.
If it came out of nowhere, like if it's just like randomly like like Iron Man randomly has like a nanotechnology suit now, like then it would like be like, wait, hang on, no, what's this bullshit?
To me, as this is the first one, I know we have Green Lantern, but with this being the first one, it just works because of that whole alien technology and the opening sequence where they showed all the different things that where the Scarab has been, and that's where you get a glimpse of a green dot up in the corner. But to me, it works because it solidifies that in the exposition of the beginning that this is something that we haven't seen before, and to me, that works. That's what allows it to feel like a different movie too.
I think for me, the reason I bring it up is because as much as I agree with everything you're saying, I wish they'd either spent the money or done something to go one level further with it. So we get the Buster Sword, which, not everyone will call the Buster Sword, but anyone like Joel and I who played Final Fantasy VII immediately go, Buster Sword. Like, it's like that Leo meme of the, there it is.
See, when you keep saying Buster Sword, I just thought you were talking about Buster from Arrested Development.
See, there we
Did
go.
I miss an episode? Did I miss an episode when Buster was becoming, learning to be a sword maker or something?
Exactly.
Which wouldn't surprise me, given, all the things that he learnt to do in that series.
So,
Mom says when the bears come, we get into our fetal position.
Army had half a day.
Army had half a day. These are my medals.
They're from Army, mother.
The seals for marksmanship.
Loose seal.
It's a good show. But so to my point,
One banana, Michael. How much could it cost? $10.
Matt and Ryan proved my point. I'm going to keep talking as if we're not just quoting Arrested Development for no fucking reason.
I don't know why, but the fact that he wasn't in control of a lot of it through the part of it made the whole I can develop anything believable aspect, and it kept it alien to start off with, and he didn't get too ridiculous by the end. He wasn't making a giant cartoon hammer to whack somebody with.
No, but I wish we'd gone one level further with something more recognizable. Like Buster Sword's very recognizable to people like us, but I wish they'd done something to make it more like, oh, Jaime's calling up weapons that he's familiar with from pop culture.
Yeah.
I wish he'd made a batarang or maybe a lasso of something just to kind of little bit bolder.
But
a giant mushroom.
I didn't play Final Fantasy.
I mean, the only other thing I think of that was really his idea. He had 2 maces for hands for a while in one of those action sequences. And I cool, but yeah.
But it's not like when he's fighting the army people around his house where his dad dies, and he's like, no killing, and he does the sound guns that kind of come back next week in a weird way. And he's doing those, and it's he says no killing it. Those people are fucking dead. Holy shit.
Well,
no
it's the joke though. Yeah, it's the joke though of Batman. Again, going back to Batman, his no killing thing. It's the amount of people he punches in the head, and he's like, oh, subdural hematoma. Yeah. Subdural hematoma. Subdural hematoma.
Broken back.
I mean,
broken spine.
We just need to all go back to Terminator 2 with I said no killing. He'll live.
Yeah. After he's kneecapped a guy. Yeah, he might live. He's not going to walk again, though. Jesus.
You didn't say no walking. You said no killing. And we kind of have that moment, but it works. But that's kind of what I mean. I love the sound guns. Those are really cool. I do like the mace. The entire hallway fight when he goes to break out his sister. His sister and is it just his sister was kidnapped?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's 2 that were kidnapped. Was it just his sister?
Well, they got separated.
Well, he got kidnapped, and then he gets
They went. Yeah.
Because then there's Jenny and his sister end up together, and then Jenny gets trapped behind the debris.
Right. Yep. But the entire breakout sequence, including Grandma with the minigun,
oh god,
I loved it.
Perfect. Nana murdering all those people, incredible.
And just how do you know how to do that? Nana had a life. Oh shit! And she's ready to go.
Well, it's the delivery of an action that really sells this for me. Is when they're coming down the hallway and she just takes her hand off the switch and pushes Jaime behind her.
Yeah.
She didn't have to say shit.
Yeah, Grandma's gonna fuck some people up, Jaime.
I also like as well in the when when she first takes the weapon as well, and like it's the daughter or something, it's like Nana, and it's like, oh, we didn't tell you about Nana's paramilitary history or something like that. It's just like
some sort of revolutionary.
Revolutionary. That was it. Yeah.
But it's that, like, again, we're trying to find the things that made this one a little different. Bringing the family along for the climactic fight, that's something different. Usually it's like, you stay here so I can protect you. It's like,
You know, with this movie, we've been building to this point of family being the underlying thing. I mean, you see that strong family bond. And that's one thing that I really enjoy about this movie is the fact that the theme of family is present, but not. It is a very underlying theme that when it hits you, it really does hit you. I mean, the dad's death and then seeing him in the afterlife. You've got the relationship between Jenny and Veronica, whatever the Cord's relationship.
Victoria,
thank you. And then you've got Carapax. And what's great though is you have a bad family dynamic, and then you have a good family dynamic, and then it all boils down to the end when Carapax gets his memories back, and he sees that it's his mother who died by a Cord missile, and Victoria just took him and just kidnapped him. To torture him to become this thing. And you know, that whole thing about family being there, and that's what makes the difference. That's essentially, you know, what Carapax's difference was. It's a really strong theming.
well, it is. And then like, there's little things in there too that are like, they're a little bit more subtle, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Where like Jaime's family, the Reyes's, they never need to remind each other that we're family.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do this because we're family. Don't you trust your family? What about your family? They almost never say it. They're all just there because they are family. Whereas Susan Sarandon, talking to love interest girl, whose name I forgot,
Jenny,
constantly reminds her, I'm your family. Don't you need to do this because I'm your family? You wouldn't do this against family, would you? And it's like, you get that like toxic family using you versus family who's just there because they love you and they want to support you. And like, you get to see both of those. And you get to see how love interest, whose name I forgot, can see. Sure. I already forgot it. But you get to see how Janae. You get to see how she can see both and go, oh, I want that. I don't want this.
Yeah.
And it gives her that extra little push to kind of keep fighting the good fight too. Like there are really good layers to this, it just makes it that much more unforgettable. That sounds like more of a compliment than I mean it to be, but like, I mean, whereas like Ant-Man and Wasp,
oof.
I remember that title. I can't tell you a fucking thing about that movie. I won't have that problem with this one because they did those little extra levels to make it that much more memorable. And even though I still don't think it's the greatest movie ever, it's still a really fun watch. Whereas like, so I watched Aquaman 2 for next week's episode last night, and I'm still struggling to recall things. And I finished this thing under 12 hours ago. And I'm like, fuck.
I finished that movie just as we started recording, and we'll see how much I remember of it.
I was still finishing as we started recording.
I mean, as I was watching it, I was like, I'm gonna need to make notes on this because this is very forgettable.
Yeah, and I'm not saying next week's is a bad movie. It's just it has that superhero just like paintbrush over it, and you kind of forget things whenever that paintbrush comes out. It's basically just like white noise of capes and punching and laser beams and blah 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 blah. Like we've seen it now. How long has this been going on now? Like if you dial all the way back to the 70s, a long time.
50 years.
Yeah. And that's if you're dialing all the way back. Just the MCU is what, 2009?
Yeah,
2008.
Yeah, 2008
was Iron Man. So
that's like
coming up to 20 years nearly.
Yeah, like so. If you're being generous, 2009, 2008. For being more like me, it's like 1978 is when the first Superman came out, and it's been a party ever since. So we're familiar with this stuff. So the fact that this one was maintaining some level of like memorabilia in it, I mean, good job. I'm a fan. Now we've been talking for 35 minutes. Do I have another half hour of this in me? No, I don't. I don't really know where to go from this.
And that's
I mean, we can talk the action sequences. I mean, the action sequences are pretty well done. I mean, given the budgets of this.
Yeah, okay. Given the budgets, like
the budget, and
I would say
for TV movie. Okay.
I would say the breakout scene that we kind of talked a little bit about, the ship coming to the compound, like the big bug ship, fucking awesome. And then like him discovering his powers, all really good sequences. The rest, I don't really remember them. Like, they weren't that memorable, but those three were fantastic. Like we joked a little bit about the bus getting cut in half. That's a fantastic sequence. Like I've seen that sort of thing before in Shazam, so not even that long ago.
Well, he caught the bus in Shazam. In this
I
one,
said
it
sort of
slices it
thing. I
in
didn't say the
half.
exact same thing. I've seen that sort of thing.
It's a good job that no one was getting off the bus at the time. Can I just say as well, as they're walking down the middle of the bus?
No
and then
shit, like
they just get turned into a Jackson Pollock, just like whoa.
Yeah, just be glad there's no. I don't feel like sitting today because these seats are gross. Because all bus seats are gross, and like no,
Or it was just a very, very, very packed bus, and there was people having to stand. Like that's at rush hour. There's a lot of people dead.
Yeah, yeah. So he got lucky there.
Shazam's sort of a funny comparison point too, because both of them try to hinge around families where one's adoptive and one's paternal. And this is also probably one of the movies in the series where you get the most cultural representation of Hispanics. And so I think that plays a lot into even the way the characters are portrayed, because you even have that moment where it's like the father dies and grandma or mom's like, now's not the time for crying. Now we don't war, and they get to the end and now it's like, now is the time for crying.
I will say, just for the argument, I'm not going to make the argument, but I feel like I need to at least give it service. I have heard the complaint that this movie paints with a very broad Latino brush. So I've heard that there is some offensiveness in there, that they kind of just took all Latinos for granted and just said, all Latinos are Latino. I can't speak much more to it than that, but I just feel like I should mention it because like I'm clearly not the right person to make that argument. But I've heard that argument out there.
I mean, I can understand that to a certain extent.
The United States. I mean, you grade me on a curve, please.
Yeah.
Like I can understand that to a certain extent, like because you are, it is like if you're saying all Latinos are like this, then that's kind of racist because it's you're stereotyping them. But I don't think it's doing that though, because
I can't speak
it's
to
a
it.
family.
I'm just going to interrupt you because I don't know. I'm not part of that culture, and I'm not the right person to make that argument. But I've heard the argument, and I don't want to like give it this great praise when that's out there.
I guess, the only other thing I will say is just like, if you know George Lopez's work, including like the sitcom stuff he had done, it's very in line with that. So it doesn't seem very out of place on that aspect.
But no, but I by and large, I agree with what you're saying, and like it is kind of nice to have it's not just all pasty white folks up there. Like that's nice, and it's nice seeing this like other side and like this like. Fuck, any excuse you have to put Zolo in a movie, fucking take it. Like he is so fucking good. Like the movie just needs because we wanted to give Zolo a job for a few weeks. Great, I'm in. Let's do it. That's awesome. Like I'm a big fan of this guy at this point. Let's talk a little bit about.
I hope he ends up like having a very successful career. Like I hope he manages to get whatever it is that like is the role that's going to be the one that kind of like launches him into. Oh yeah, this. You don't have to audition anymore. Basically, we'll give you that role, or like go to like, oh, we've got this film that we want to talk. We're thinking of doing that kind of thing. Like kind of like his Terminator, like that Arnold Schwarzenegger had, and like his Rambo, I guess, for Sylvester Stallone.
I mean, you look him up. He's got like 8 things upcoming. They all look pretty big. Like that's TV series, movies, and stuff. Oh, he's in One Piece.
He's candy.
Bringing it back around.
It goes to show how much presence can take you, like how far it can take you.
Yeah.
Presence and charisma, like because he's got that screen charisma. Like we talk about charisma in this series. Like you go like we had a few weeks ago The Rock with all the charisma of a wet sock. And then we have Zolo, which is like just like charisma oozing out of every single pore.
If you have not watched Cobra Kai, I highly recommend Cobra Kai. Mostly saying that to Joel because I believe everybody else in the show watched it.
Fair assumption either way.
Yeah. But there is a moment in the first season where he has to ask a girl out, and William Zabka, I'm forgetting Johnny, has to ask, right? Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, has to ask somebody out. And they both are going to go their separate ways and do it, and then meet up at the dojo later that night. And Zolo walks in, and Zolo's 10 years younger at this point, but he's still a kid. And he walks in, he's like, "Who's the man?" And Johnny's like, "I'm the man." "Wait, are you the man?" "I'm the man. I'm the man too." And it is like the most heartwarming moment in a TV show. It's like from that moment on, I was hooked on both him and Cobra Kai. Great show.
Yeah.
And Johnny figuring out that porn is on the internet is one of the greatest sequences in TV history. So it's like naked what? It's good stuff.
My favorite thing is because it goes from that nerd shit to you can do what on the internet?
And just him berating the pawn shop guy for IT support. It's like, it's a pawn shop. I don't fucking know.
Now, is this supposed to be present day internet or 2000s internet?
2015.
Yeah. Okay.
Just imagine somebody in the 80s when I'm done. I'm not doing anything else. I am the person I'm going to be. I'm not learning shit. And now he has to learn stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
You will enjoy. I guarantee you enjoy it.
Okay.
It was the best that YouTube Red gave us, which is I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. All right, but now that we've just started talking Cobra Kai, I think we're officially done with Blue Beetle. Are we ready for quotes?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, then I'll go first because somebody has to say it, and it's the best line in the movie. Batman's a fascist. I can't deliver it with the George Lopez oomph, but there you go. That's mine. Matt, you're up.
Host overreacting. Overreacting? You kidnapped me.
It did more than kidnap him, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, took him. I guess that is kidnapping. All right, go ahead, Ryan.
So they see, or Jamie's laying on his back, and they throw the blanket over him, and the sister goes, "Oh, that looks as bad as I remember." And Rudy, aka George Lopez, goes, "I've seen worse." And the sister goes, "Where?" And George Lopez goes, "You don't want to know."
I love the little digs that Rudy gives love interest whose name I can't remember about her shitty tech. It's like, no, my stuff actually works.
Yeah. Just got a Fonzie a few times and yeah.
Joel, that leaves you.
One thing we didn't mention that I've got to bring up because Telly pointed it out. There's that sequence.
Whoa, Kelly watched this one?
Telly well, she was in the same room.
Okay.
But she was watching a part where they were about to kiss the first time on the bed.
Yep.
And then she gets up and he gets up and pulls his shirt down.
I missed that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Kelly would.
Kelly
I also like is at the end where the sort of, what was it
Jarvis.
Kajidar or something like that. It says something about blood rushing to the mid region of his body as well.
It's pretty good.
All right.
What's it saying? Doesn't matter.
I deserve a luxury dump right now. And
the sister
that was lavish.
The sister was just as good, if not better, than George Lopez. Her one line,
she was
when the guy gets stabbed, she goes 20 points.
No, she was great. That's a fun movie.
It's a great cast as well. Yeah. It's one of those films like the cast works so well, and it sort of elevates the amount of fun you're having.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's one of those ones where it feels like they were having fun making it, and that bleeds out into the entertainment.
Yeah, like when you go back and you heard all the fanfare for The Flash, which was that last week? It was last week. And we had Tom Cruise out going, "It's the greatest superhero movie of all time." It's like, well, who the fuck cares what you think, Tom Cruise? This one didn't get any of that, and it's like this one was actually good. I wish this one had gotten more fanfare because it bombed at the box office. Because at this point, all DC movies were. It's like, yeah, you can go see them. They don't mean anything, and they're just kind of one-offs for no reason. It's like, yeah, that doesn't.
I think
really
they
work.
know at this point as well that it wasn't like that.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was ending and James Gunn was coming in and it was.
Well,
gonna
this
be
is
all
during that point of
rebooted.
like James going like, I might keep some things because I'm doing
Yeah,
Peacemaker,
yeah.
so Blue Beetle might be coming over. We'll see. Like that, it was during that kind of wishy-washy time.
And then,
Whereas next week's, which we're going to start here in a few minutes, this one was like, nope, that's it. Enjoy it if you want.
it's gone after this. Enjoy it while you can. Fire sale.
So
I'm just picturing like James Gunn like as an auctioneer going, and I got 20 minutes ahead, 20 minutes ahead, sold.
here.
Aquaman suit sold.
I got John Rhys Davies as a crab.
yeah.
Gently used Jason Momoa.
So tune in next week when we talk about that movie. By and large, I like it. I would say it's a fun movie. It will not be the worst in our list. You know, we have Wonder Woman 1984 for that, and I don't think it was ever beaten. But it'll be in the lower half. It'll definitely be in the lower half. This one won't be. So, you know, there we got a whole range. All right, tune in next week. I will say, if you are still listening, next week at the end of the episode, stick around for just a little bit because we're gonna do a fun game where we get to pick our special wrap up movies, and it's gonna be good. All right, that's it. No plugs. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.